Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Val Marie. I'm very pleased that you're here today, choosing to spend some time with me. Last week I started my Invisalign journey. So just so you know, if you can hear a lisp or see my Invisaligns, that's what's going on, and it's gonna be here for about 9 months. You're gonna have to hang tight. I hope it's not gonna deter you from spending some time with me today. Of course, I feel much poorer now, but it is an expensive procedure. I think it's worth the money as I prioritize my health as much as I can. I have a bunch of exciting projects coming up. I am helping someone redo their apartment, so we're gonna have a bunch of room makeovers, but these are not quite ready yet. So today, we're actually gonna tackle another mending pile, a bunch of items from a friend. She needed my help to mostly hem a bunch of items as she's very petite. So what I'm gonna do today is share with you all of the items that I need to fix, and I was just contemplating the pile itself. It's right next to me. Let me show you. This is the pile. I've started working on some of the items, but just unpicking work. I think it's gonna be a fun one to just go through all of these items. I'm glad that my friend is trusting me to fix all of these for her. This is, I guess, sort of a side hustle of mine at the moment. All of my friends here in New York know that I am a seamstress. It was an easy and quick way to earn some money on the side while I grow this YouTube channel. So let's take a look, shall we? This is actually just my sweater. I just need to iron it before I can wear it. I like to iron my items before I need to wear them because typically when I get dressed, I am usually in a hurry. We've got this pair of denim shorts that I simply need to hem. This very small bustier top that I already just added 2 hooks in the back that were missing. I did not have matching metal hooks. I had white ones, but I think it's fine. It's very small and you can't even tell. It's not really visible. And the other fix that needs to be done on this item, my friend sewed these ribbon, but they're not really pretty or comfortable, so we are gonna update the straps. This here is a wrap skirt and it is a bit too long. Can you see? It's all pinned and we're just gonna hem it. Another pair of shorts, a very bright and happy yellow color, and these shorts also simply need to be hemmed. Obviously I only pin one leg if it's a pair of pants or shorts, because you just get the measurements and do the same on the other side. This is sort of a pinafore. It's also linen. It's very nice, but the straps are a bit too long for her, and all I need to do is recreate a buttonhole. Another linen item. It looks like my friend really loves pure linen, and I totally get it. It is beautiful, beautiful fabric, and obviously natural fibers, so it has a lot of great properties. So this beautiful bright red linen skirt just needs to be hemmed as well. This one is very special. It is a dress, or maybe sort of a pinafore as well. It had some extra fabric on the front. I just unpicked it the other day, and we're just gonna re-sew the front pieces lower on around the waist, and that way it's gonna fit her perfectly. And it is a bit of a special item because it's actually her mom's make, but her mom lives far away, and so she trusted me with the fix. This one is a very high quality pair of jeans from Bash. It was actually too big at the waist, so I unpicked the seam in the back, and I'm gonna have to cut the waist and basically re-sew the back seam without the extra fabric. This one you would have seen in one of my previous videos, and I actually just fixed it the other day, so it's all good. I'm gonna put it away. And I think I'm gonna add this special one to this video today. It is from another friend, but I figured might as well add it to my mending pile, right? This one also needs to be hemmed. It is a beautiful black gown that my friend is gonna wear to a wedding. We just need to glue back the feathers on the shoulder, maybe take in 1 inch at the neck opening because it's a bit too low, and hem this beautiful gown. I already cut the extra fabric, so all I need to do on this is a baby hem. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and it is now 2 p.m. We'll see how fast I can do all of these items. Hopefully before the sun sets. Wish me luck! I am starting with this item, the dress/pinafore that my friend's mom made. We're looking at the waist here, and this here is the front left panel. I unpicked both panels and I have marked the right one after I pinned it on my friend with blue chalk. It's this line. I'm not sure if it shows on camera, but there's a line here that shows where the new seam should be. And so I'm just gonna replicate that same mark on the other side and then cut the excess fabric, pin it back to the seam, and then seam it, stitch it with my sewing machine. So using pins here, I'll be able to mark it with chalk on the other side that was not pinned and not marked. I'm also gonna cut the excess fabric here so it's gonna be less bulky in the waist. Perfect. Pinning is going to be a little bit of a precise process here because I want to follow my blue line here and make it look nice and neat. And here on the side, I need to unpick just a little more to be able to put this panel back. Still not enough. So now I'm just going to follow along at the very edge and stitch the seam back together. Very pleased with the fix. I just sewed along the seam on the waist. There was no top stitch initially, but it's barely visible, and it allowed me to just with one pass secure all of the layers here. So really pleased, and I think it's gonna fit my friend perfectly. Next up, the buttonhole on the second pinafore. I don't have a matching thread for this exact color. It's like a very dark copper. I've got these two threads. I know it doesn't look on camera like it's gonna be a good match, but actually when you put the thread against the fabric, the pink is still visible, but the green, the khaki, is barely visible, this green color here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the green one. I don't have that much left, but it should be enough for a couple buttonholes. And I don't even have enough to make a bobbin, but I do have a dark, very dark purple that is also not quite visible, and I'm gonna use it on the underside. Buttonhole foot. Now I do need to mark exactly where my buttonholes are gonna go. Okay, so I'm not sure why, but the stitch was wrong. Okay, good. I just had it reversed. I had everything reversed. Let's try this again. That is a nice buttonhole. This one is good. I'm gonna redo this one because it wasn't aligned properly here. It's looking really good, and I realized that we don't need this one because that's the measurement that I took for my friend. So I mean, I could add an extra buttonhole, but she's never gonna use it. It's not like her shoulders are suddenly gonna grow 1 inch. So I'm just gonna fray check this with this fray check product, and that way it's gonna be completely finished, and I'll just do the same buttonhole on the other side. You really want to open your buttonhole very slowly and carefully, because if you accidentally rip the stitches, you're gonna be mad. Et voilà. That's it. I'm not very often on the floor here, but the living room is being used. I'm gonna remeasure around. It looks like I took in about 3 inches. That's my approximate pinning, or 3.5 depending. The seam allowance for the new hem is 1/2 inch, and the hem all the way around is about 3.5. You can never be too careful, so I'm just gonna have the other side up so I know that I'm just cutting 1 layer. I'm also sort of following the cross grain here. The bottom panel of this skirt is square, and it's also going to be very easy to hem. Same for this hem, except this one has a wide hem, and the reason for it is probably because it will be a little heavier and just fall nicely, because I just like to replicate the existing hem that was originally designed. I'm just quickly gonna pin this and just cut once. That's it, same on the other side. And this one I'm gonna need to serge. This is the trickiest to cut. It's supposed to be cut at an angle with a curve. So I think I'm just gonna mark the edge, remove the pins, and then try to make the curve look symmetrical. I'm basically cutting 3 inches all the way around the last panel here, sloping slowly down to nothing. It's just surprising that one panel is way shorter than the other one. Like, it's not a symmetrical wrap skirt. I'm actually cutting on the line here because it's going to be a rolled hem with the serger, so there's no seam allowance here. Past this seam, I'm going to start to slope down, following my marks. The denim shorts, I think this is maybe 2.5 inches. Yep, 2.5, but the seam allowance is basically 1 inch. 1.5. That's it for cutting. I just put a baby hem foot for my sewing machine here, and I've got different sizes. This is the 6mm, which matches the old hem that I had on this red linen skirt. All I need to do is make sure that the fabric is loaded properly here. I'll just help it in the beginning. And it should just go by itself. I'm literally just gonna pre-fold so it will sew on the edge, nice and even. So this is gonna be bulky, so I'm gonna cut it so that I can have the seam allowance going on one side, and then when I turn it, it'll go on the other side, and that way it's not gonna be too bulky at the seam. I'm serging with the right side showing, so that's the nice side with the serger that will show on the hem. Even though it's inside, it'll be just a cleaner look. We're now tackling the wrap skirt, and I just tested my serger here and I'm super pleased with the result. It is a very small rolled hem that matches the original hem here. It looks really beautiful. I'm very pleased because when I first started using my serger, I was very intimidated, and it took me a couple years to really be comfortable using this machine. I now feel really confident stitching different finishes with my serger. So how to make this tiny rolled hem? I removed the left needle. The width of the stitch is set all the way down to R as in rolled, and the length of the stitch is also all the way down to R as in rolled hem. I'm still gonna have my knife on for a cleaner finish, and I also removed the stitch finger. Beautiful. It was about 6:30 p.m. at that point, and I was starting to lose daylight. I definitely did not want to make mistakes, which will happen more when you're tired. But worry not, because I will finish this mending pile in my next video. So this is a 2-part series. Definitely stay tuned and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're not going to miss part 2. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you get to tackle your own projects this week. Reading your comments really make my day, so feel free to leave some encouragement down below. And thanks for being here. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.